Women Premier League that is all set to kickstart on Saturday. 22 games will be played in the first ever WPL. The final will be played on March 26. Two Mumbai venues, Brabon and DY Patil Stadium, will be used for the tournament. Remember, the 5 franchises were acquired by the owners of the 3 IPL teams, Mumbai, Bangalore and Delhi, along with Adani Group and Capri Global, coming together for a total of 4670 crore rupees spent on the WPL franchises, the largest deal ever made in women's cricket. So Sabah Karim continues to be with us. You can watch Sabah Karim and others, WPL expert on Sports 18 and Jio Cinema. Sabah, is the hype real? Everybody's talking about how this league is supposed to change women's cricket, how we look at women's cricket globally. A new era, a game changer. What do you think?
People are waiting for this to happen, Shivani, and this is building up. For the past 3-4 years, BCCI has done an incredible job in trying to build something like this. We have had these challenger matches that have taken place over the past 3-4 seasons. Initially started with only 2 exhibition games. Then it became a 3-team event in which overseas players also participated. And all that meant that BCCI was very keen to have its first ever, to introduce this Women Premier League, WPL. And I think it has come at the right time. India's performance in international games at ICC events have been very heartwarming. And I feel that Indian women cricket is at the cusp of greatness. And the kind of players we have seen in action, the kind of talent that is coming through the states, it's such a refreshing sight. And I feel that given proper exposure through this WPL, Indian cricket on its own will grow manyfold.
When we talk about women's cricket, what is the change in the mindset you hope a league like this will bring? Because we've seen some of these, intense matches and or competitions between women's teams before. What is it that the WPL you think can do, especially because we know what the IPL has done for Indian cricket, but also just for cricket in general?
Because 5 teams will be participating in this tournament, Shivani, which means a number of Indian domestic talent will be on view.
Yeah.
For the past 2-3 years, only a handful of players were getting an opportunity. Now, because this is a 5-team event, many more cricketers will get to rub shoulders with so many overseas and Indian domestic stars. There is so much to gain in terms of experience, in terms of learning, in terms of strategy. You have so many foreign coaches, and all these foreign coaches are very credible. They've done some great work, not only for the national team, but also for different franchisees all over the world, including the Women Big Bash League, plus the hundreds that takes place in England. So I think there is a huge opportunity for Indian women cricket to grow. Not only that, if you look at some of the top stars of Indian team, talking about Harman, Smriti Mandhana, Jemima, Deepti Sharma, all of them have honed their skills because they have been allowed to participate in overseas T20 leagues. So you can understand it, since it is happening in our country, many more young cricketers will get an opportunity to play. So I'm just waiting for this to grow, and I'm very confident that this Premier League, the Women Premier League, will be highly successful, not only in terms of viewership but also commercially, which will be so beneficial for cricket and cricketers in general.
We've seen the kind of reactions that have come in from the cricketers themselves. Obviously, the kind of auctions that we witnessed, for example, who could have thought that something like this would happen for our female cricketers as well? But Sabah, because particularly we're talking about this league happening in India, one thing I feel this could change is the mindset on women's sports per se, not just cricket. But imagine the impact it will have on young girls watching, these professionals fight it out and be put, I wouldn't say exactly on the same pedestal as the IPL, but, very close to it.
Absolutely right, Shivani. Also, all these players in action, I'm talking only about the Indian stars here, they have their own story to tell. And I think once the viewers or young girls who want to take up the sport, once they get to see these players in action, once they get to hear their stories, they will be so inspired. So I think in so many ways, if you try and summarize, this is going to bring a spurt not only in women cricket but also for sports in India in terms of women. So I'm very hopeful that this kind of a platform, this kind of a tournament will generate such publicity, which will be extremely heartwarming and very inspiring for so many youngsters who are looking to take up not only cricket but any other sport.
Any sport at all. All right, Sabha, since I have you, I want to take your views on exactly who you think got it right during the auctions. The teams are looking absolutely jam-packed, but who do you think is standing out for you?
Oh God, that's a tough one, Shabani. I was going through the list of the players after the auction, and it seems that all the teams are very balanced.
Yeah.
And there are three teams: Delhi Capitals, you have Mumbai Indians, and RCB, who would look to continue on the legacy that they built over the past several years from the men IPL. And if you look at RCB, they got Smriti Mandhana. Look at Mumbai Indians, they got Harman as the captain. Even the other two teams, UP Warriors and Gujarat, all of them are filled up with some highly talented and efficient players. So at this stage, very early to comment, but I feel that RCB very strong setup, and then also Delhi Capitals, I feel they have done well in the auction table.
Yeah, and we're also talking about the RCB captain versus the Mumbai Indian captain's rivalry, which also exists on the men's side. That would be nice to see.
Yeah, and I think that is why it's going to make it very interesting, because earlier these girls would play against each other in the Challenger Trophy that was organized by BCCI. But this is commercially ridden. This is the franchisee cricket. So there'll be a lot of some strong rivalry and also fierce competition on the field. Whether it is Harman, whether it is Smriti Mandhana, Deepti Sharma, Jemima, Shefali Verma, all these players will vie for top honors. They really fight to win matches for their franchisee. And if they're able to pull off win against such strong teams, that will be highly rewarding for all of them. So let's wait and watch. I'm really excited about this tournament, Subhani.
Yeah, and you can watch Sabha Kareem with a whole host of other experts on Sports 18 and Jio Cinema. Sabha, I will look forward to having you again, because I know it's difficult to predict exactly which team will go what way. We have to see a few matches to gauge at least one match per team. All of these matches are going to be played. Yeah, all of these matches will be played in Mumbai. We hope that eventually, of course, like the IPL, the WPL will travel around the country, and the kind of impact that will make will be very, good to see. But you have to begin somewhere. So, Sabha, fingers crossed. Let's hope we see some great action, and I'll have you back.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
As I said, don't forget to watch the action starting March 4th on Jio Cinema and Sports 18.